is also working through her back pain.
I think that no matter how much it hurts, you just have to deal with it. And the coaches try to tell me that.
There's a very fine line when you are allowed to step in as the parent. You're like, wait a minute, this is my kid. This will always be my kid. But you have to kind of walk on eggshells with it.
The girls not only learn to work through their pain, but to worry about their weight.
If you don't teach them at a young age how to control their bodies, when they hit 14, 15, you have a big problem.
I'm fine.
Nicole, at 14, knows what she eats is of great interest to her coaches.
I just want regular pizza. I want to stop talking about food. They're going to get it on camera, and then Mrs. Stress is going to see. I don't get that.
Stand up tall.
But just one comment from a coach could send a perfectionist teenage girl down the road to an eating disorder, according to Dr. Nativ.
They're like God sometimes to the gymnasts, and what they say is like gospel to the gymnasts. They need to be very careful.
Okay. If there's meat coming up, you get weighed. I mean, it's the difference between like a quarter pound.
It's all the way tight.
I didn't have a skill till, I don't know, 6 months ago, because I knew she would be obsessive about it, and she is.
The parquet coaches say that they show the door to any gymnast with an eating disorder.
But like other elite athletes, gymnasts are always at risk of falling into the female athlete triad, a chain reaction that starts with exercising too much and eating too little. That can stop the menstrual cycle, which can lead to brittle bones and premature osteoporosis.
Unfortunately, we have seen athletes in their 20s that have had all of those problems, and they unfortunately some of them have had bones of a 70-year-old.
Overexercising can also delay growth and puberty for a while, which isn't necessarily considered a bad thing in gymnastics.
If you grow 4 inches, it just changes everything. The mass, the body, the frame. If you grow that much, it's just going to make it that much worse.
Short, thin, and prepubescent has been the image of perfection since Olympian Nadia Comaneci first achieved a perfect 10 at 14 years old, 5 feet, and 85 pounds. But perfection has a price, says child psychiatrist Alvin Rosenfeld.
If your goal is to be perfect, you always will be inadequate, and you always will have a problem with your self-esteem. If your goal is to be the best you can be and to really try hard, you'll do fine.
At this classics meet in Virginia Beach, gymnasts from around the country will try to break out as up-and-coming stars.
No matter what happens, okay? I want to see you up your performance level.
Come on, Annie.
Annie's coaches hope she'll impress the judges.
It's okay, Annie. Keep on going.
You gotta make this, kiddo. You gotta make this. Way to give up, Annie. Way to give up. Right.
When I finish it, I just say, thank God I'm done.
Was that a try, what you just did? What kind of a try? Is there such a thing as a quitter's try, like lackadaisical?
Monica!
We'll see what Nicole does on floor.
Coach Bill Strauss is worried about Nicole, whether she'll be able to do the double-piked backflip in competition that she couldn't do in practice.
Yep. Every 10 counts, all right? Come on, buddy, you can do it.
Doing very well this week. I can see a smile on her face every so often.
A floor routine.
Nicole faced down her fears.
Okay, very good. Don't you think you should do a double layout without a spot?
Now, Sharkey must confront hers.
Then you're going to be choked by me if you miss it, so.
She wouldn't be here if she wasn't good. You just got to believe that. And she'll be fine.
Legs tight, 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 tight. Up.
Go get her?
Yeah, just relax, honey.
Sharky's coaches are afraid she's torn her Achilles tendon.
Relax, relax, relax. Can you get her? Because I gotta get Tia. Tia's next. Take her.
She'll be okay. She's tough.
Well, she's semi-walking. That's always your goal, to walk out of here. Hello. See what happens. Back to the mill on Monday.
Sharky's season is over. Now the other girls find out if they've qualified for the national championships. Nicole places 5th. The rest of her teammates, Tia in 6th, Krista in 8th, and Annie in 10th, also qualified. And in 19th place, so does Lou. They've all made the first cut on the long road to the Olympics.
Okay, what are we doing with you? Can you come with us? Probably not. Can we take you home for a little while?
From here, lots of tests and no guarantees. Tonight, Nicole's hard work paid off.
Come on.
But Sharky learned a hard lesson.
That's it. Thanks, Bob.
These kids are out there on the spotlight, just by themselves, and they have one shot. And if they're doing a floor routine that they've nailed 50 times in practice, and like a classic, she didn't get up, and she got hurt, that's it. Day's done. Year's done. No nationals, no nothing.
Very good.
Is it worth the sacrifice? How far should kids, parents, and coaches go to pursue a dream?
Cover of Sports Illustrated. The new married Lou.
Christy Phillips went all the way. She started at age 4, moved away from home to train with a better coach at 8, and was crowned the next Mary Lou Retton at 14.
I enjoyed the attention, I enjoyed the popularity, but didn't quite realize what else came with it. You know, if I didn't perform, if I wasn't the best, knowing that if I didn't make this, those last 8 years of my life that I've lived away from home, that my brothers have eaten Roman noodles for weeks because they don't have money to go to the grocery store, I had all that on my shoulders. I knew that they were counting on me to fulfill a dream and hopefully be able to reimburse, you know, get something tangible out of it. And that didn't happen.
It didn't happen, she says, because puberty hit during an Olympic year.
I became held responsible for the way my body was changing. I can't stop nature, dudes.
Christy was named as a second alternate to the Olympic team in 1988, but she wasn't allowed to go.
You know, and that was like devastation. I didn't win the Olympics. That's what I was supposed to do. Since I didn't do it, I was a failure.
At 17, Christy left a note for her mom, saying she didn't want to live anymore. She says it was a cry for help.
I didn't know who I was. Gymnastics was my life. It was not a part of my life.
At 19, Kristen Maloney did make the Olympics. For her, the sacrifices were worth it.
It's kind of like a dream come true to make the Olympics. It was a hard but good journey that I went through. I just want to finish out college and figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
What's the most important thing about today's competition? Having fun. You go, girl.
After years of struggling,
Oh, come on.
Christy Phillips has finally figured out what she wants to do with her life.
Better.
She recently opened a gym in North Carolina, where she's more interested in raising self-esteem than in creating champions.
Oh, they're like glass that if you break them too many times, they're not going to be able to put themselves back together. You stay like this, they're not going to be able to come to you when they're feeling bad. That was an awesome handstand, you silly goose. And sooner or later, all those feelings being stuffed down are going to explode just like a volcano. Go, come on,
6 months after 7-year-old Ashley Berry competed on a broken ankle.
Just don't make it too tight, Bruce.
She broke her other ankle while training for a meet.
Very good, Ash.
It's been a hard year.
Oh, try that again.
You know, 2 breaks and 3 months of restriction in training. You can put a crimp in your style.
Come on, baby, you gotta get 20, come on.
For Ashley's parents, the line between doing harm and nurturing a champion is getting harder to find.
Her poor ankle.
For every 1,000 girls who try to be a champion, maybe 1 or 1/10 of one make it.
Sharp. Nicole, your hips are back. I
I love the innocence of childhood when they just know that they're going to go to the Olympics and that's their dream.
There are a lot of gyms, some of which teach gymnastics as a pleasurable sport, some of which aim for the sky. And if you're aiming for the sky, I think you're likely to crash.
It's over.